Hello guys and welcome for another Aeternum video. As we know, the fresh start on October 15th is less than a week away and the rush for gold and resources will be insane. For those who remember the glory days of the first release in 2021, it is not hard to imagine again the overcrowded cities. The fun fact here is that back then our servers had a maximum population of 2000 per server, while now the maximum will be between 4 and 4.5 thousand players per server. Because of this, today I want to share with you the best way to start your journey and which archetype you should pick in order to make quick profit in Aeternum by using your crafting skills. For those that are not aware, the game is now offering a choice of different archetypes which will give you a head start in some of the trade skills up to level 50. This is mainly the reason why you should pick carefully, as you want to utilize the potential of those extra 50 levels as much as possible. Before going over the trade skills and their best potential coin makers in the early days of Aeternum, let's take a quick look at the different archetypes. The first one is called the Soldier and will provide you with level 50 in weaponsmithing, mining and smelting. The second, the Destroyer, will start with 50 levels in armoring, skinning and leatherworking. Ranger archetype is starting with extra levels in engineering, logging and woodworking, while the Musketeer has advantage with 50 levels in armoring, harvesting and weaving. The Occultist will have jewel crafting, mining and stonecutting trade skills at level 50, while the Mystic archetype will give a boost to Arcana, harvesting and weaving. The last one, the Sword Bearer, will receive increased levels in cooking, fishing and leatherworking. With that information about the different archetypes out of the way, let's check closely what are the special benefits from those professions. While it is hard to say which profession is the best, as I believe that there is no such ranking, we will have to pick one to start with. So let's begin with engineering. In my opinion, this is the biggest coin maker in the early days of the game, and depending on the competition, it might remain extremely profitable for even close to 2 months from the start. The reason for that are the gathering tools, which you can craft on the engineering bench, and their demand from all the players will remain. Due to the fact that gathering tools cannot be obtained as drops and the rewards from different quests are not so good, the early engineers on the server who can craft good and efficient tools will be the wolves of Wall Street. Of course, later on you can also profit from the trade skill by crafting different spears, bows, muskets and blunderbusses, as well as the good old ammunition. The second trade skill, which I believe is really good at making coin at the start, is the weaponsmithing. The main reason for that are not the great axes or swords, but instead the rune glass cases, which are a must-have in the kit of any player who reached max level. The rune glass will be in high demand throughout the first few months, as it will be constantly changing on the gear of the players as they are progressing higher gear score and quality. Another really cool and niche way of making coins with this trade skill are the shields for all the sword and shield players. You might not believe it, but some shield prices might drop your jaw to the floor, while the investment for them is not even that big. And of course, I cannot pass to mention the honing stones, which are used by simply everyone in all types of content, as this will basically provide you with pure empower on both of your weapons. Going over to the next profitable profession, I would have to mention the stonecutting. This trade skill is a hidden gem, as it can make you a lot of profit if used correctly. Starting from all the different types of gems, which are extremely necessary for both PvP and PvE, to the charged sand, which is also included in the rune glass casing recipes, to the complete rune glass recipes, and of course the corrupted lodestones, which are also a must-have resource for everyone out there who wants to use a heart rune. Those are my top 3 trade skills for the earliest start out there, but this doesn't necessarily mean that the remaining ones are not good enough. Do you agree with me on this one or no? If you do, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on future guides, and if you don't, hit it even harder so I can feel it. The next trade skill which we will take a look at is the Arcana. This trade skill might look quite complicated for a new player, but once you understand the structure of it, it is quite simple. The main takes from the profession are the different modes in their different stages, as they are the main component in many different recipes. Apart from the modes, the Arcana station can provide you with strong boosts in PvE, as well as resistant potions which will reduce the damage taken from different types of mobs. At a later stage, you will also have the chance to craft yourself regeneration serums, which are considered the top quality potions and they cannot be obtained elsewhere. It goes without saying that magic weapons such as Fire Staff, Life Staff, Ice and Void Gauntlets are also made by the Arcana specialists. Another extremely important profession for which you will find a lot of benefits, but mostly in the later stage of the game, is armoring. This is where the best items are produced, as you can decide your perk choices and you can create your ideal armor. In order to do that, you will need a lot of different things such as trophies, armoring set for crafting, maximum level of the profession and food. As you can imagine, in the early days, all that would not be possible, and hence my suggestion to leave this trade skill for a second part of your journey. Another trade skill which follows almost the same logic and depth is the jewel crafting. Both trade skills even share the same effect from the armoring trophies, as they both benefit the extra gear score increase. Same special requirements are also necessary for the jewelries, so I would also prioritize this trade skill for a later stage. The last two professions which we need to cover are the well-known cooking and furnishing. Starting first with the cooking, I must say that it can be a profitable business, but unfortunately to make it one, you need the necessary recipes, and this is probably the thing that might slow your coin maker machine. This is the main reason for me when it comes to this trading skill, as I try to level it on the side while gathering resources from the map and eventually finding all the necessary recipes to make it profitable. The food from the kitchen is also not involved in other trade skills, so you would not miss too much if you leave this trade skill for a later day. Last but not least, the most underrated trade skill, but at the same time the biggest coin flip and moneymaker if you hit the right timing, is the furnishing. With this trade skill you can create different items which are used to decorate houses, but of course nobody has time for that while they kill monsters and aim to progress their gear. However, the main income comes from the making of the trophies. Same as the gathering tools, the trophies are a must-have for every single player out there, and eventually everyone wants to have them. Providing the service to people will net you a lot of coin as well as experience, which is the second way of making a fortune with this trade skill. When you reach level 250 in any profession, your experience will go towards aptitude levels, and from there you will receive boxes in the form of rewards related to the trade skill. Opening the boxes of the furnishing might net you extremely rare schematics like the one for the golden storage chest for example, or regular trophy materials which can also boost your income significantly. To conclude all the information, I think that there is no one unique way for making profit, but instead there are many different ways which can benefit you a lot. It would mainly depend on your playstyle, progression speed and also to some extent your luck. I hope that the video gave you a better understanding for all the crafting professions in Aeternum and that now you will know what to pick on the release. If you still have some questions or you want to know more tips and tricks about the game, make sure to join my Discord community or catch me live streaming on the different platforms mentioned in the description below. As always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you on the next one.